Here goes tournament time and I got my boat shined. I gotta go, 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 go.
Get exposed.
Get the boat, man, it's time to go. Grab your baits and fishing poles. Fill the tank and then hit the road till you're in that fishing hole. Made up my mind, I'm no weekend warrior, I'm a pro. Fishing professional, and when I'm fishing, man, my goal is to win. I won't stop until I'm in that circle with legends like Rick Clunner, Kevin Van Dam. I got that ski grease, I got that carrot stick, man. If y'all see me on the lake, better make way and pray my motor quits, cause I won't know. It's tournament time and I got my boat shined. I gotta go, 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 go all the way. It's tournament time, I know I'm one of a kind. No matter, no matter what they say, yeah, I'm a master. Yeah, I'm a master. Yeah, I'm a master. Yeah, going for goals, so come to the show and get exposed. Give me a large boat dock with a little bit of wind and an Eakins jig, or a cluster of rocks, so I can show them that new swim bait trig. I'm that pick for the 8-0, wide awake, I fish, it's oh my. Look at that E-Tech as I fly by, gunning for that hole, go with 75. I'm showing up to weigh them in, black bag on my side, carrying every ounce it'll take to win. That's that, buddy, so I hope you're in. To being in second ain't no question. Ever since checking, I've been catching them with a rattle trap colored like a brim. Guess why? Here goes tournament time and I got my boat shined. I gotta go, 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 go all the way. It's tournament time, I know I'm one of a kind. No matter, no matter what they say, yeah, I'm a master. Yeah, I'm a master. Yeah, I'm a master. Yeah, going for goals, so come to the show and get exposed. Brian Snowden, Jason Quinn, Zell Rowland, he's the top water king. Y'all know that they are bass masters. Yeah, look at Jamie Fraley, Matt Reed and Mike McClellan. You know that they are bass masters. Timmy Horton, Kelly Jordan, Jeff Creek, Ben Parker, Terry Scroggins, and that man Gerald Swindle. Yeah, forever Edwin Evers, Kevin Van Dam, he's known as Mr. Getting Pumped Up. Yeah, we'll get you pumped up on this show, Exposed. That's how we do it.
What is going on, everybody? Wow, what a freaking day. What a day. Unbelievable bags that were caught throughout the entire day. And man, we had some unbelievable matchups, stuff that just, I'm shaking my head. I was talking to a couple other people. I'm just like, man, you know, sports is very unique. Sports is it's real life, it's drama, it's everything wrapped into one. It's just, and you have competition, but somebody has to win and somebody has to go home, and there's a lot on the line, and there's pressure, and to have it come down to a mistake, a lost fish, a knot that wasn't tied right, just a little thing that could have made you win. Man, it's going to haunt some of these guys for a long, long time. And we only have one championship, for a year. And then you have to just kind of wait until the next year. You know what I mean? It's kind of like losing the Super Bowl 28-3. You're up 28-3, and then all of a sudden the Patriots come back and then you lose. Oh my gosh. We had a unbelievable matchups here. And man, I'm just shaking my head. I just gave some stats out. There was 12 anglers over 90 inches today. 12 anglers over 90 inches. This was basically your North region and West region going today. And 27 anglers of the 32 wind up being over 80 inches. Wow. Incredible. Without further ado, though, let's go ahead and let's just get to the results. I mean, that's what you're here for, right? So I'm really just blown away by those stats. But here we go, guys. Let's roll through this thing because we got some fishing to do tomorrow as well. So, all right, let's see here. We're gonna do this here. All right. Very first matchup we had Matthew Conan out of Massachusetts taking on Tim Spry out of Maine. And these guys, I mean, I'm literally blown away about how many fish or how big fish that they've put up. 1 versus 16. Matthew Conan is a Triple Crown winner. Everybody knows who Matthew Conan is. Tim Spry is kind of an unheard of guy out of Maine. We didn't really have a lot on him, but man, we had to see them 16 and just see where the chips fall. But we're gonna see who is moving on to the round of 32 and to be able to fish next Saturday. Here we go. Moving on between the 1 and the 16 seed is going to be Tim Spry out of Maine. Takes out the 1 seed, Matthew Conant, right off the bat. Right off the bat. Unbelievable, guys and ladies out there. Tim Spry out of Maine put up 100.75 inches today. It's his career day on the water. He's never had a better day. Unbelievable. And he takes today to knock out the number 1 seed, Matt Conan. I tried to get him on. I think he's having internet issues or whatever. But y'all got to see Tim fish today, and he was just throwing donkeys on the board like it was nobody else's business. It is Maine. And there's big fish up there, man. Unbelievable. I mean, my jaw dropped when I saw that. But the number 1 seed goes down. Unbelievable. All right, moving on. We're going to go over to the other side of the bracket, y'all. And we had a matchup today. It was Conrad Benetti taking on Scott Robertson from Texas. We had a Florida-Texas matchup, a 1 versus 16 seed here. A very, Scott Robertson was very confident in what was going on in Texas. Conrad the same in Florida. We're going to see what happened. Who did what. And you got to remember, these boards went down. And a lot of fish came through after the boards went down. They go out an hour early, 3:30 Eastern time. and a lot of fish got uploaded. A ton of fish got uploaded at the time, but we're going to find out who is moving on. Do we have another upset? A 1-16 upset here. Moving on to the round of 32 and fishing next Saturday is going to be Mr. Conrad Benetti. Takes out Scott Robertson and does it so in enormous fashion. Conrad Benetti winds up taking 102.25 inches and leads the field. That's a huge bag. Scott Robertson had issues on the water regarding the wind. He made a safety precaution measure, decided to get off. Very smart move. But, man, it would have been hard to beat, 102.25. But Conrad Benetti leads the field at that number. Wow, incredible. I have got basically the UMBC of KBBT, Mr. Tim Spry, dude. What is up, man? What a bag, dude. What a day. Congratulations, man.
Thanks.
Talk about it, man. Let's go from the first get-go, man.
Yeah, so I started out and I don't know, within minutes, I don't know, I land a 17-inch fish. And I was like, wow, this is going to be a good day. But as I was starting out, of course, it was snowing and winds were probably, 10 to 15 miles an hour. And I was like,
as it was snowing and then to 15 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I'm going to emphasize that, y'all.
So I was like, I don't know, maybe I should just go back to bed. I'm fishing against Matt. I don't know. He's a good fisherman. So I was like, I don't know if I have a chance. So I went up and around actually probably another, I don't know, probably 100 yards. I got up on this point and I threw shallow, and I think that's when I caught a 18.5. And I was like, maybe they're shallow. I was like, it's really windy. I don't know if it's a shallow bite or not. So I made a few more casts. I caught a 15 or something in there. And I was like, wow, I'm moving up already. I was like, I don't think this is going to beat Matt though. so I came up around the corner on the same point, shallow, and I made a cast and I catch a 20, I think a 20 and something. I don't even know. It was a 20-inch. And so I was like, wow, now I'm in it. So I made a bunch more casts, and I was like, I can't tell if it's a shallow bite. So I'm going to move out to the point. I'm going to see if they're a little deeper. Maybe some of the bigger ones are a little deeper. And I probably went out, I was fishing 10 to 15 feet of water, and made another cast. I think I caught a 19 and something, and I was like, wow. I was like, I don't even know how. The water temperature is 47 degrees. I just don't even know. You know what I mean? I was like, just snowing. You know what I mean? And usually the bite does turn on China Lake when it's really windy. So I had a great opportunity at that time, I guess, even though I was fighting. And at that time, I was pulling fish out of the water. My right hand was solid ice. Solid ice. I'm like, I got to fish with a glove on. I said, I don't know how it's going to work. I have to. So I had my ice fishing gloves. And so I'm like, I got to do it. And so. Oh,
yeah. I mean, oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
So do you realize on average now,
yeah,
100-inch bag is 30 pounds.
Oh, I know.
That's a 30-pound bag, basically, on estimate, is what you caught today in ice.
See my right elbow? I've had ice on that since I've gotten that. I have tendonitis in my right elbow, so it was flaring.
A lot of these guys are extremely jealous that you have to actually ice your elbow because you caught so many big fish today, dude.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
It was crazy.
Tim, listen, you were technically, well, let me say this. Technically, you were the biggest bag, but officially, you are the second biggest bag. But, dude, literally, Maine and Florida were the exact same today.
Wow.
I mean, the best in Florida, Conrad Benetti put up 102.25 inches and you were there
Yeah.
too. I mean,
Yeah.
dude, think about that, man.
Yeah.
It's
And
insanity.
I know. And the funny thing is, like, when I moved out, I moved out further, I started fishing 10 to 15 feet, probably maybe 20. I was probably pushing 20. And then I caught that 20 and a quarter. Okay. And then I went and I was drifting, I'm drifting, I don't have spot lock on mine. I have a Minn Kota motor. It's a 106, Old
Yeah.
Town. And I'm drifting, I'm moving around. I'm like, oh, I'm going to come back into there. Oh, there must be bigger fish. I think these fish are just schooling up.
For
And I
sure.
must have looped around a couple times. And then I must have caught him again, I guess. That's where the 20 and a quarter came in play. I would have never known because I'm freezing. My hand's freezing.
You wouldn't have known that.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
You want to tell that story so everybody knew what happened? You want to tell the story everybody knew what happened?
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, So I catch this 20 and a quarter and I think I caught something in between too. I don't know. I think I caught, I don't even know what size fish, probably an 18 or something. And I looped around and I was like, this place is on fire. It was off a rock point. And I'm talking 15, 20 feet out, and then, like I said, I must have caught him again. And the thing is, I caught the fish, took selfies with him, videos with him, and he just wanted to be caught again.
Guys, here's the deal, man. We go by KBF rules, and the rules state if you catch a fish and it's the exact same fish and you catch it in the tournament day, that fish is denied because you're not allowed to catch the same fish twice during the tournament day. I had to make that call to Tim, and I'll tell you what, it hurt my feelings. But we had basically we didn't jump to conclusions. We did our research. We looked at the fish. We analyzed the fish in 5 different parts of the fish, and we all came to the conclusion that it was definitely the same fish. And so I had to call Tim and say, "Look, man, I'm sorry, dude. I know that you really want this 20 and a half, but I just can't do it, man. It's the same freaking fish, dude."
I wanted that 102 and a half.
I know you did.
I was like, oh, I had it. But it was just, it's just a situation that you'd never know, like in a boat tournament.
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
Your live well, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, absolutely, exactly. So,
you know what I mean? So I fished on, and after that, that's when I moved further out. I caught a few 18s, 17s. You know what I mean? I was like, I can't do anything with these fish. I kept throwing them and throwing them and throwing them, and it was just like, oh my goodness, this is a lot of fish.
Right.
So then I get out to this one point, and I was like. It got shallow again. I was like, I usually catch fish around there, 18s, 19s, and I was like, maybe they're there. Nope, they weren't there. And I was like, I'm going to loop around. I'm going to throw a couple more casts and I'm going to start heading back towards, the direction I came from.
For sure.
Freaking land that 21 and a half. And I was
that thing was a beast.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, that was a beast, Tim. No doubt.
Oh man. I literally, my arm was like, oh, I can't even hold it. I was like, oh no. And the funny thing is, out of the whole day, I threw one lure, used one rod.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I threw a chatterbait all day long.
Wow.
And I used one rod.
That's amazing. See, sometimes we overthink fishing, man. That's just what they wanted, man. Dude, unbelievable. Hey, Tim, stick around. I'm going to announce the next matchup, and I want you to see who you're going against next week. Okay. How about that?
Sounds
okay.
Great.
Dude, congratulations on a great day.
Thanks.
Stay right there.
Thanks.
We bringing in Mr. Tim Gurley and Jordan Westerman, the Iowa boys. What's going on, guys?
How's it going?
Just got home.
Just got home, man. I'm sure you guys are beat. I thank you guys for coming on, man. Again, Iowa is known for its fish, man. And what do you guys think about that, man? About Maine seeing that kind of number coming out of the north like that? Doesn't that get you excited?
That's crazy. Yeah, that was some impressive numbers.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Well, Jordan, let's talk about your day, man. How'd your day progress, man? It looked like it was a little chilly, like Tim was talking about. It started out pretty cold.
Yeah, it started out cold. Our water, or at least where I was, my water dropped like 10 degrees in the last couple days. So, kind of shocked the fish and shocked me a little bit. I was catching 14-inch fish all day, and all morning I was just throwing them back. I figured I'd get on some fish, and so about 10 o'clock I figured I probably should start taking pictures of some of them. So I got on I got on a decent jig bite, but I couldn't find any fish. And I switched lakes 2 different times, and I got on a really good pike bite on the second lake, and
Oh,
that was about the extent of my day until what was it, the last 15 minutes. I called
Yeah.
a couple times, but
it came on late, Jordan. I was like, oh my goodness, look at these fish come in.
yeah, and it was like back-to-back flips with a jig. I did, I got on some good fish and couldn't couldn't get another one to go with them, but no, it was good. It was fun. I was really shocked I didn't get any size or any fish this morning. That kind of threw my day off.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and that's one thing. It's I've seen a lot of guys, who start out real well. I mean, they just kind of take that momentum throughout the day and just and really do well. It's hard to kind of get things going and then just catch up at the end. But I mean, hey, it happens all the time. So, well, here's what we're gonna do, guys. Tim, talk about your day, man.
Almost the same as Jordan, except for I can add rain and wind to my day when
Oh,
I first launched.
now how far were you guys apart from one another, like hour wise?
We're probably 3 hours from each other.
Wow,
Well,
that's a huge distance.
yeah, 4. I was way up north. I usually fish down south for these tournaments, and I decided, stupid, that I would try to save some fish down there and hit some of my local stuff. And it was cold up here, and it was completely different.
Yeah. No, it happened to a lot of people in the Midwest for sure. I mean, they got unexpected cold weather. I don't think they expected it being this cold. But all right, boys, let's go ahead and find out who is moving on, shall we? All right, between Jordan Westerman and Tim Gurley to take on Tim Spry from Maine in the next round is going to be Mr. Tim Gurley from Iowa. Tim versus Tim next week. Tim Gurley, you hang on. And, dude, it was, I think, 0.75%. Let me just double check. The scores were Tim Gurley 83.25 and Jordan Westerman 82.5. You beat Jordan. Wow.
Nice.
Good match, buddy.
Yep, it was a fun day, Tim. Good
It
luck
was.
next week.
Congratulations, man. Wow. So we have a Tim and Tim show. Jordan, man, you're just, I mean, dude, one last bass, you would have, it's tough, man.
Oh yeah, I just switched. I'm still out fishing. I switched lakes, and first flip I caught at 18. The next one I caught at 16. So you know how it goes.
That'll make you sick, man. That'll make you sick. Don't do that, dude. Well, Jordan, we're gonna let you go, man. Thanks for joining us, man, dude. We really do appreciate your support, man.
Thank you, guys.
All right, buddy. Take care. All right, guys. Next week, man, Tim versus Tim, Iowa versus Maine. Let's do this, guys. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
TNT show.
TNT, man.
Yeah.
That's it. Exactly. Well,
Well,
guys,
guys,
listen.
night.
Enjoy your night. Congratulations to both of you. You're moving on, man. Just one step closer to the Elite 8 house, and man, a guaranteed check. It's huge, man. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Take care, guys. All right. Very good. All right. Well, the next matchup, guys, we have John Warchall taking on Matt Linseman. Man, I'll tell you, I struggle with this matchup in terms of getting these, in terms of trying to figure out who's going to win. I mean, both of them said that they were on fish, and I had no other reason to believe that they weren't on fish, and both these guys, basically decided to go out and just let it all go. And Matt Linseman was on a live event. I'm not sure about John. But John was talking about maybe staying in Ohio. Is he going to go up north? I mean, we didn't know. And for the longest time, Matt was putting up fish on the board. Matt Linseman started out his day with a 19.5-inch tank, absolute tank. And man, I was, I was like, wow. I mean, Marcus called me about it. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. That is the best start Matt's ever had in an event. And again, he just continued to press and press and press. I mean, unbelievable. The numbers that he put up. And I'm sure John was looking. John was watching that. I mean, how could you not? Or you could have put your head down and just geared it out and done your own thing. Later in the day, after the board went off, some numbers started coming in, and I was like, okay, this is going to be interesting to see what's going to go on here. But at the end of the day, there's a winner. There has to be somebody to win, and it was a 5-12 matchup. And you know what can happen in a 5-12 matchup. And we're going to find out who is moving on to the next round. Moving on is going to be Mr. John Warchall takes out Matt Linseman. I mean, unbelievable numbers came through. 93.5 inches for John. And Matt Linseman has 91 inches. Matt put up 91 inches and is going home. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. John Warchall, my friend, talk about your day, man. What, dude, those fish coming through at the end. Wow. Wow, dude. That 19 that you got, holy moly. Thing, that had to weigh like 7 or 8 pounds. Thing's a tank.
That was a fat fish. Yeah.
Yes, it was.
My day started. I could not find a place to stay on an island that I wanted to fish. So I was actually sitting on a ferry at 7 o'clock this morning, watch Matt catch those fish.
Oh my goodness.
So
talk about that. With that dude in your head, it had to have been like, okay, now it's game on.
I just kind of chuckled about it. I was like, oh, great. It's going to be a day like that. And then, but it gets better because as soon as I got to the water and launched, I had no cell service. So all I saw was Matt catch 19 and a half, 20 and a quarter, and nothing. So wow. I had no idea what anybody did all day long. I had to be off the water at 4:30 so I could drive to find cell service to upload my fish.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because you got to get it in the next half hour.
Yeah.
So. And you did. And it came, every bit of them came through just fine. Wow, dude. I mean, what a matchup, man. Oh, what a true 5-12 matchup right there, man. I mean, you're moving on, man. Congratulations. I mean,
thank you.
The smallmouth you threw up were first of all, they're beautiful fish, man. I mean, just gorgeous smallmouths. Great, bronze, brown color to them. You know what I mean? It's just, they're just beautiful fish out of there, man.
And they're all footballs.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so, I'm so jealous, man. I mean, I love smallmouth fishing way more than largemouth fishing any day. But man, well, dude, I mean, you're gonna be moving on, man. I mean, that's it's survive in advance. That's the name of this game. And I mean that you did that today, man. What a great showing, man. After seeing what Matt did and having to put your head down and concentrate, awesome job, man. Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, man, you want to stick around if you want to. We're going to find out who you're facing the next round if you want.
Sure.
All right. Let's see if we can get these two gentlemen on. This was a very spirited matchup between the two gentlemen, Mr. Robert Brown and Blake Power. And these guys are not afraid to talk about each other and themselves and all that good stuff. But man, I tell you, this was a fun matchup to watch too. By the way, can I say this? Jeremy Baker did a wonderful job today. I was so happy to see him today do his thing. He was natural. I mean, Jeremy, you have a job at this, man. I mean, it's just what a great job he did. Congratulations, Jeremy. I mean, first time running the show, just was smooth, and it was very enjoyable to watch as much as I could. So it was really, really good. So thank you, Jeremy, for doing that. All right. Let's find out who is moving on here. Let me see here. Hold on 1 second here. Let's try to get these boys on. Jig Master, Robert Brown.
What up? What up? What up?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I've had a couple beverages.
Well, good for you, man. Mr. Blake Powers on as well. Gentlemen, man, are you looking at these numbers coming in from the north and just shaking your head like I am?
Maine?
Yeah.
I didn't even know there were bass in Maine.
Yeah, I mean, is Maine a state of the United States? I don't even know, but apparently it is, and it has great fishing.
Apparently so.
We got a message from y'all. Remember John Richardson from New Hampshire? Okay, he fished with KBBT.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He put up 106 inches in one day. I think yesterday in New Hampshire. I mean, it's real. Blake, let's talk about your day, man.
Shoot.
Yeah. I thought fish would be one spot. I got to the lake and it was raining and a lot colder than I thought it would be. And I had a hard time finding them this morning. Caught one 13-incher and then went a long time without catching any. And then had a little spurt and got some fire.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. When that board went down, man, it started lighting up, man, for sure. I mean, it seems like everybody, once that board went down, it seemed like a lot of people just lit up the scoreboard, man, which was it was fun to watch. Mr. Brown, talk about your day, man. You were kind of consistent throughout the day. No real big spurts, but kind of consistent throughout the day today.
I completely disagree with you, man. I think I caught a fish on my first cast.
Oh, first cast.
Yeah,
oh, okay. I didn't see that. Sorry.
I think I caught a bass on my first cast, and I think it was like 15 inches. I don't remember, but I think it was like 15 inches. And I was like, I took the picture and uploaded it, and I was like, well, yeah, this is going to be a terrible day. It's going to be a terrible day. Caught a fish on first cast.
You're done.
It's like bad luck. I'm done.
Oh, yeah, you're done.
Yeah.
You should have give that fish back to the fish gods, man. You know better than that.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. So I made a cardinal sin. I caught a fish on the first cast. That's one cardinal sin. I made a second cardinal sin. After I caught that fish, I put that lure down and I picked up a different lure and I threw a wacky rig. I think it was like a 6 or 7 inch Cinco. And I first cast with that Cinco, nice thunk, line swimming away. I pulled to set the hook, miss it. All right. And then I put that away and I grab a different lure, right? And then I miss another fish. And then I proceed to hook every branch, every tree, every lay down, have like every backlash that you can have. And I didn't have a bite for like 2.5 hours. And my wife called me and as soon as I answered the phone, she was just like, oh, is that type of day? Exactly, you know what I mean? She's just like, oh. I'm like, yeah, I'm super frustrated. I'm super frustrated. Every cast, I get a backlash. Everything.
You know what Apple and all these iPhone companies should do? Like, if all the wives know that the anglers are out on the water, like the guys are out in the water, there should be like a red and green button, okay? Like, red, do not talk to me. I don't care what it is. I'm not in a good mood. Green, it's like, okay, I'm okay. You know what I mean? Y'all agree with that? I think so. There's got to be an app out there for that.
It's funny because I tell my wife all the time. I was like, you talk to me more when I'm fishing than you do when I'm at home with you.
Ain't that the truth? That's the truth.
All of them agree with me, so it must be fact.
Not true. That means you call me more when you're fishing than when you're at home. It's not that I call you.
Where's
me more.
my beer? Okay, love you. Anyway, so I literally didn't get a bite for 2 to 3 hours, man. And then I caught one on a jackhammer, and it was like a 17-inch fish, but it was literally the fattest 17-inch fish I've ever seen. This 17-inch fish must have weighed like close to 4.5 pounds.
Wow.
It looked like a butterball turkey.
Man.
Through jackhammer, I was like, okay, maybe I'm on to something. I was targeting the shade lines. The wind was picking up. I was like, maybe I'm on to something. I threw the jackhammer for like another hour and 15 minutes. I didn't get nothing. So then I go back to, what I do. You know what I do. I picked up my jig again.
Yep.
And I picked up my jig again, and I want to say I was throwing a jig and I was working it. I'm pretty methodical with the way I have a system how I figure out the jig bite. Thank you, baby. Love you. I have a system how I figure out my jig bite. And then I was like, I wasn't getting bit. So then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have lunch because it was like 11:30, 11:45. I grabbed a sandwich. I bought a Wawa sandwich before I hit the water. I grab my sandwich. I take half of it. I take a bite of it. I'm eating it. I cast my jig out into a brush pile, and I'm doing my one-handed reeling thing that you know I
Yep.
do. And
Yep.
I go to drag my jig, and it doesn't move. So I'm like, is that a limb or is that a fish? So I just let it sit there, kind of moved a little bit. I swung. It was like I hooked a log, and I was like, okay, the brush pile is moving, so maybe it's just a brush pile. But no, I was dragging the brush pile and the fish,
Oh my gosh.
and I could see a shadow of the fish, but I couldn't tell exactly how big it was. I thought it was just a 2-pounder because I had the brush pile, and it was a pretty big brush pile. And I was dragging the whole brush pile, and I could see the fish behind it. And I was like, well, I can't keep doing this because eventually my line's going to break. So I was giving a little bit of slack, but trying to keep tension. So I was just like doing a little yo-yo game, and he finally freed himself. And it was like a 19 and 3/4, maybe a 20. That might have been the 20 and a quarter. And I got her in the net, and I was like, okay, that clued me in. They want this jig either dead stick or super slow.
Right.
And then after that, man, it was literally I caught probably 20 fish with the jig.
Wow. Wow. What a day. What a day. Well, gentlemen, we're gonna have to figure out who's moving on here to face Mr. Warchall, who had an absolutely outstanding day and catching footballs all day. Moving on to face Mr. Warchall
I'm gonna need this.
in the round of 32. Could it be a 13 taking out a 4 seed with a big comeback? It is going to be Mr. Robert Brown from Virginia. Holds on with 90. Good Lord, Robert, man. I mean, unbelievable bag you had. 95.75 inches. And Blake, dude, I mean, you had a great day, man. 86.5 inches. I mean, I know you had a slow start. Remember, I was talking about, the guys that had a rapid start usually had the better day. But, man, you have nothing to hang your head on, man. That was a great day. You just got beat by just an enormous bag today, man.
Get down. Get down. I love you. Get down.
Good job there.
Hey, Blake didn't make it easy, man. I was messaging Blake, and I was like, hey, man, you have some great mental fortitude, man, because like I have folded mentally before when I see my opponent or other people having big bags, and like I just get in my head. But he just kept charging. He was just like Cayman, kept charging, kept upgrading, kept coming.
Yep.
And that's awesome. He's obviously Blake is a hell of a stick, and he's gonna be around here for more KBBT rounds.
Absolutely. Well, Blake, like I said, congratulations on a great day, man. I'm sorry you just ended up short here, man. But, as I said, that's the games. And it just sucks. I was telling a lot of people, man, my stomach turns. You put up a bag like that, you expect to be, pretty close. But, I mean, Virginia showed out today thanks to Robert Brown and puts up a great day. The jig worked. And, man, we have one heck of a showdown, man. John Warchall taking on Robert Brown next week. Wow. Stay tuned, man. Stay tuned for that.
Take it
That's
easy
gonna
on
be
me, John.
Oh, yeah, good fish, man.
Yeah. Well, guys, we're going to let you go.
All right.
Thanks for coming on, guys.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Take care,
Blake.
guys. All right. Wow. What an amazing match. And next week's matchup is going to be pretty silly. All right. Let me see if we can get these two gentlemen on. The next matchup is Mason Good and Scott Drescher. And let's see if we can get them to come on and talk about their day. Man, a 95-inch bag in Virginia. I told you guys, don't be dissing Virginia. Virginia is no joke, and they can put up some stuff. So I hope that's a thing to come for me and Will, but we'll have to see. if it comes to fruition or not. But anyway, let me see here. Scott Drescher. All right, let's see if these guys can come on here, talk about their day. Let's see here. All right. Mason's out of Iowa. Scott was out of Indiana. And let me see here and pull up their scores. Oh, we do have Mr. Mason Good. Mason, what's going on, man?
Not a whole lot.
All right, man. What you think about the matchup between Jordan and Tim?
That was crazy.
Dude, he almost pulled it out at the very end.
Yeah, it was. I talked to Tim a little bit, and he kind of told me what was going on. But yeah, it was a close matchup, and that's cool to see.
Real, I mean, 3/4 of an inch.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been there. You've won those, right?
Yeah, I think I beat Derek Brunel by 3/4 of an inch.
You did.
Maybe, yeah.
You absolutely did. Yes, sir.
A tough day.
Scott, how you doing, man? Welcome.
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Man, I'm doing good. Doing good, man. How's Indiana treating you, man? How's the weather?
Cold.
Oh, man. Yeah, tell me about it.
And rainy.
Yeah, same as Iowa, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, Scott, we're gonna start with you, man. Let's talk about your day. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You went to Gunnersville, the last bracket, right? And then try to fish Gunnersville that last bracket.
Yes, I did. I got down there, and it was the whole Tennessee River system was blown out.
Ugh.
So the water was brown, and I ended up only catching one fish. So I thought, well, I can do that up here. So no need to travel 5 hours to do that.
Yeah, no kidding, right? And spend all that money traveling and all that stuff. No sense in doing that. No doubt. Mason, let's talk about your day, man. What was your expectations going into your area? And then, did you expect to put up good numbers, or were you a little concerned about today?
I thought I was going to put up a little bit more than I did, but I think I did pretty well overall. I got to my area, and it's like 2 lakes. So I'm driving past the first one. I was like, all right, looks normal. I drove past it earlier in the week, so I knew it was normal, but I didn't drive back to the second area that I go to because it's separated into 2 ponds. So I went back there, and no joke, the water was 5 feet lower than normal.
What?
Yeah, and I hadn't looked at it since last fall. I just looked at the main lake because that's where the bigger fish are at. So that's what I was looking at. But yeah, I went back to that second part. It was 5 feet lower. Like there's trees in the water when I was sitting in my kayak. They were taller than me, and normally they're underneath the water. But
unbelievable.
So I was like, whatever, let's go.
Those eagles would take those fish, man.
Yeah.
Those fish are sitting ducks.
Yeah, no kidding. But yeah, so I got out on the water, and I figured it's a cold day. We've had a cold front. I'm going to chatterbait slow, see if I can get anything. And actually, by accident, I cast out, and I was bringing it back to me, and I didn't get anything. So I just started burning it back like the last 10, 15 feet, and I got a hit, and that was my first one. So the rest of the day, I'd cast my chatterbait out, and I'd reel that thing back as fast as I possibly could. And that's how I caught all my fish.
No kidding. Yeah, wow.
40-degree weather.
Well, Scott, I think we should have a debate. If that was an accident, then it shouldn't count, right?
Right. I agree. Definitely agree.
The first one,
yeah.
I was not expecting it at all. But yeah, after that, that's what I did. And just earned it back. And that's how they wanted it.
Wow. That's crazy, man.
That's the only rod and lure I threw all day.
See, that's another one. Tim Spry was the same thing, man. Chatterbait all day. Nothing, taking nothing.
Cold water and just moving it fast. So
wow. Incredible.
It's pretty good.
Well, Scott, talk about your day, man.
Well, I caught probably 15 fish altogether, but most of them weren't big enough. And the ones I did catch were still too small. So,
yeah.
But
I feel your pain, man.
I felt like I had a good day. I went to a public lake that around here that's close to me that there are a lot of campers, and so a lot of recreational people out. Not so much since it was cold, but there was a lot more fishermen out there than I expected.
Really?
Yeah, when I first got on my first spot, somebody was sitting on it. So, I mean, I've got to go there. I can catch a fish almost every time, a couple fish. So I was counting on that, and that wasn't there. Yeah. I was able to end up go back around. I don't know. I caught my last keeper fish there that I posted up, but still, I was expecting more, and that kind of started my morning. And I really wasn't expecting to throw top water, and that's what I ended up doing, and that's what I caught most of my fish on. But it's a little different
Scott,
than
it sounds
expected.
exactly like my day at Anna today, man. Exactly. I mean, like I was in a Dink Fest. I missed 2 giants that could have won the tournament, and then I was getting overrun by boats all day long. And I was like, okay, I'm trying to stay patient, and try to keep my head, man. But at the end of the day, it does definitely get on your nerves and frustrating, And I had a couple spots picked out, and I'm like, I know there's got to be fish here. I get to those spots, and there's nothing. You're like, oh, now what do I do? You know what I mean? Yeah. So I completely understand, man. I really, really do.
And I missed a couple. One pinned me up against a log, and then another one I got wrapped on a little bit tree limb. I was trying to cast right past it, and I ended up getting a hook up then. So there was a couple I missed. I didn't fish real clean like I should have, but I still caught a lot of fish. I just wish they were bigger.
Yeah, I understand. Well, guys, we're going to reveal the results here real quick and see who is moving on. Right. Mason Good of Iowa versus Scott Dresser out of Indiana. And moving on to the next round is going to be Mr. Mason Good with I believe it's 88-inch bag, right? Yep, 88-inch bag. Scott, like you said, you had 4 fish that posted at 53.75. Man, 88 inches, man. That's that's not too bad out of a drought situation that you just got, man. Congratulations, Mason.
Yeah, congratulations, Mason.
Thank you.
Yeah,
For sure.
Good job.
Good job, man.
I was watching him throughout the day, and I saw him post like early on. I think he had 81 inches, and I was like, "Oh man,
got your hands full now."
Yeah.
Maybe you should have went to Gunnersville.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, Scott, dude, we really appreciate you fishing with us, man. Thank you for your support, man. Absolutely, man. Unfortunately, somebody has to go home, and you're the man today. But there's going to be others, man. Plenty more. You know what I mean? So
32 more, 31.
Yeah,
more.
absolutely.
All right.
Well, brother, thanks for coming, man. Take care.
Have a good one, man.
So you want to hang on and see who you're facing?
Yeah. Let's do this.
All right. Well, coming out to face, let's get right to it. To face Mason Good. It's either going to be Eric Siddiqui or Lisa Washington. And moving on is going to be Eric Siddiqui. What a matchup you guys are going to have next week. Eric Siddiqui. He happens to be right here. Eric Siddiqui, what's going on, man? Yep. That's how he's going to be. Yeah. Okay. I got you.
Huh? Time to fish.
Yeah, it's time. It's time to fish. It's Saturday.
Go over sleep.
You missed your tournament. Mason won.
Did I win?
Dude, wow, what a bag,
Did
man.
I win?
Yeah.
Did I win?
You won. Yeah, you won, man. Congratulations. Yeah,
I knew
you
I
won.
could beat Lisa in my sleep.
That's brutal. Oh man, that's brutal. Oh,
she's been talking some smack. I gotta give her some.
She's
back.
been talking a lot of smack, man. Absolutely. I mean, she made you go up to St. Clair, and man, you're like, okay, it's over, wow. I mean, but my goodness, dude, what a bag you put up, man. When those fish started coming through, I was like, oh, that's typical Eric, man, on St. Clair. That's just a lake that it's, some lakes just fit you, man. That is your lake, man, no doubt.
Yeah, I love St. Clair. It's a great lake. I always have fun when I come up here. Even if I don't win the tournament, it's just a blast always. There's just so many fish out here, and it's just a great time. I mean, I probably caught 40 fish a day.
Good Lord.
Most of them are over 16 inches. Couldn't find a
Well,
good
man, you
kicker I
you
was
put up
looking
the
for,
sixth
but maybe I'll
biggest
give him
bag
tomorrow.
today at 93.75. So Mason, that'll raise your eyebrows a little bit, man. If
Why I
Eric decides to
saved my
stay
good
there.
spot.
Say that again.
So that's why I saved my good spot.
Ah, this is one heck of a matchup, man.
This is my 7th day on the water this year. I only got 1 day to pre-fish yesterday, so I'm thinking about coming back up here and seeing if I could dial this bite in.
Ooh, and now they're not close to spawn yet, are they? They don't spawn until like May or June, right?
Early June usually, but
Gotcha.
they start moving up, late May. So
Gotcha. Well, I mean, next week, guys. I mean, it's gonna be a throwdown, man. I can't wait to. This is gonna be a great matchup for sure. I mean, I expect both these guys in mid to high 90s, and I have no idea who to pick on this one. Don't even want to think about it right now. But guys, congratulations on moving on. You're one step closer to the Elite Eight house, man. It's good stuff. Well, guys, we're gonna let you go.
It'll be fun next week.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck. Congratulations for the win today.
Thanks.
See you guys.
All right, boys. All right. That is some antics behind the scenes with Mr. Eric there, man. That's hilarious. You should see some of the stuff he was showing me prior to, but that was a lot of fun. But man, I tell you, that's going to be a great matchup. And again, I'm sorry to see Scott and Lisa go home, but it is what it is. That's the part of the game. Somebody's got to go home. All right, next matchup that we've got is the 7-10 matchup out of the red division. It is Brian Nunziato taking on Ben Steele from Nebraska. And this was determined by less than an inch. Last minute rolls. Less than 1 inch. It's another one. Unbelievable. Less than 1 inch. A very close matchup here. And these guys gave it their all, man. I mean, they're out there and fighting their elements and all that good stuff, man. But let's see who is moving on between Ben Steele and Brian Nunziato. Let me tell you something. Ben put up a last-minute fish. Wasn't enough. Moving on is going to be Brian Nunziato from New York takes out Ben Steele. Wow. Nunziato. There he is, man. Dude. Ben almost.
You didn't pick me.
I know. I didn't pick you, man. I'm sorry. I know. I had a little listen. It almost came to fruition. Ben has been fishing out of his mind, and I told him this privately. He has become a great fisherman. I said, dude, you need to take this to live events, man, because I mean, his momentum. He's making good decisions. He's choosing right waters, dude. He put up a last minute fish, and I was like, okay, wow. And I was just waiting for another one to come through, but dude, you're moving on, man. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it was tough because I didn't know if he had just like poor service or something, or he wasn't catching fish until midday. But it's just it's kind of stressful when you don't know what kind of like what your opponent's doing.
It is, yeah. I mean, it kind of gets in your head a little bit. Because you can't make adjustments or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I was looking at the leaderboards too. It was just like I think 2 hours before the tournament ended. And then I was just like, okay, I know he needs like 3 and a quarter inch to win. And then
right.
when the leaderboards went down an hour before that, I was like, oh man, I need to upgrade. And I was just like, oh man, it's been upgrading. So you just don't know. So it was I didn't get anything for like 2 hours before the tournament ended. I didn't get a single upgrade.
Wow.
That
yeah.
17 was the last fish I had.
All right, well, talk about, man, dude. I mean, you put up 5 fish today. I mean, talk about what's New York fishing like. I mean, is it obviously they're still probably in deeper water, getting ready to move up a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much within the lakes are up here. But I was between like 3 different locations up until like 3 o'clock this morning, and I made a last minute decision just to go south. So about 45 minutes south of Albany, just to a smaller lake that I had luck on in the past.
Mhm.
I didn't even pre-fish it, honestly. I looked at some of my photos from like the last 2 years, like around this time, and I had a lot of success there. So I was like, I'm gonna go back there. The water temperature was today it was like 55, 56, but I think like a week ago it was a little bit closer to that 60-degree mark. So I was just looking for some water that's a little bit warmer, see if the fish are a little bit more, they're feeding a little bit more aggressively. But I mean, the water temperature today with the front, the cold temperatures and the wind and everything was like around 55, 56. So
That's not bad. That's not bad.
no, it wasn't bad. And I got pretty excited this morning because I took out my spinnerbait that I had a lot of luck on, the
Yeah.
War Eagle, and I got.
Okay, that's my
first
favorite
fish.
spinnerbait. The War Eagle.
It's the best, right? It's like
Sexy
the
shad
river rat
spinnerbait.
is the one I
By
use,
far, it's the
one with
best.
it's like the red Colorado blade. That's the one I use.
Oh, actually,
So
absolutely. I love them.
So my first fish came at I think like 635, 637. So like this is gonna be an awesome day. I already have a 16.5 inch. I think I was like the first one to post this morning.
Right.
And then my next fish came, I think, like an hour later. Then after that, I don't think I caught another fish until like noon. So I was stressing a little bit.
Right. Wow. I mean, I don't blame you. I mean, because all you're doing, and he's an hour away from you,
Right?
And so or out behind, and it basically gives them an extra 2 hours from you, right? And you're just like sitting there counting down and stressing about it and everything else, man. Unbelievable. But well, listen, man, dude. I mean, you're going to find out who's going to be facing you here.
Who is that?
Of course, it's going to be my pick. Who's going to be the national champion? I'm sorry to pick, not pick against you, man. But Eric Polens has just been on fire. So, but anyway, hang tight. We're gonna figure out who is moving on. Let's get these boys on. What's going on, gentlemen? Eric Polens and Todd Patrick. You guys must be whooped.
I'm dead.
Yeah,
I'm dead.
Those cold days take a lot out of you.
I know I'm wiped out too. I'm exhausted.
Yeah. I mean,
and it's back at it tomorrow because we had a live tournament on Lake St. Clair. It's a 2-day tournament, so it's another early rise and another day in the cold tomorrow. So
you have another tournament tomorrow?
Yeah, it was a 2-day. So I was part of the live tournament.
Double dipped on the live.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Interesting. Is this the Topwater event?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I got you. And Todd, you made the trip up, man. You and Eric both fished St. Clair. You've seen the lake before, but I mean, you're not as experienced on the lake as Eric, or both Erics. Eric Zadiki and Eric Polens.
It's my second time. My second time ever fishing it.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I paid attention a little bit, and then I saw you drop a bomb. You dropped a 20.5 incher, and I was like, what just happened? Was Todd accidentally trolling out to the to the area he was going to, and just happened to have a rod like back of a boat? But dude, you put up a 20.5 inch fish pretty early. I mean, what were you thinking when that happened, bud?
I was on the phone with Mike Fink, another guy in my circle, and his wife. He's like, dude, you need to calm down. Like, you got plenty of time. I'm like, I know, I'm confident. I know they're going to bite. I'm watching Siddiqui a couple 100 yards away, just freaking ripping lips on fish all day long.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they got to bite what I'm throwing sometime, and Mike's wife said, sing the fishy song. And she said, sing Here Fishy Fishy, like Bert and Ernie, right?
Okay.
And I'm like, all right. I'm like, Here Fishy Fishy Fishy. Dude, I promise you 3 casts later, that 20.5 bit.
Wow.
And then
might have to do that tomorrow, Jason. I'm singing, man.
and then I got rid of that fish and my heart was pounding. I'm like, I just caught my PB smallmouth. So now in KBBT, I've caught my PB largemouth and my PB smallmouth.
Wow.
So I'm literally kind of growing up as an angler on KBBT, right? So
yeah,
it's great. 3 casts later, I catch a 16.75, and I'm like, all right, they like what I'm throwing. I got a chance. I didn't get a bite for like 3 hours after that.
Yeah, and that's what Eric started throwing up the numbers there.
And Eric he ended up getting his limit, which was,
Yeah, well, let me tell you this. When the boards went down, you had no idea what each other was doing. You had a live event going on, and there were some fish that came after the boards went down. You just didn't know, and the drama and suspense was happening. And I was like, man, I hope, we just get a good matchup. Well, guys, here's the deal. You want to know the truth? We're tied.
What?
We have a tie, but somebody has to move on. And moving on to face Brian Nunziato is going to be the Cinderella. Todd Patrick beats Eric Polens. The Cinderella story is complete. Unbelievable. Todd wins by his big fish. The 20.5 is the tiebreaker. Unbelievable, Todd. Dude, you said you were going to do it. You did it, dude. Unbelievable.
Oh, that's crazy.
The Cinderella. Wow. I'm shocked. Dude. Wow.
I had this weird confidence, and it's not to take anything from Eric because Eric knows this firsthand. I consider him one of the biggest up and coming anglers nationally.
No question.
I know. Consider him an amazing friend. He fished Mayo events with me. I got to know him through my local club, and I thought that it was going to take that 95-inch range to win.
Yeah.
And when you're on Lake St. Clair, you kind of expect that, and Eric would agree. But I had a weird confidence and a nice comfort, because I feel like I'm learning from one of the best anglers in the country myself, with my buddy Eric Siddiqui, and I don't know, man. I just had this weird confidence, and I was like, you know what? That Oral Roberts story when they beat Ohio State as a 15 seed over the 2 seed, and I'm like, you know what, Todd? Be Oral Roberts. Be that upset.
He kept on saying it. I'm like, dude, I was like, you don't have a chance.
So now
Eric Polens on St. Clair, you don't have a chance.
Yeah, and I feel like I went against an amazing angler, and it just didn't work out for him. And I probably fished to about where I'm at, and I hope to get better and give Nunzi a run for his money. I'll be back on Lake St. Clair again, and I feel confident going into that one because I know what Lake St. Clair can do, as Eric does, and every other angler that fishes this lake. You can come up here, and if you know how to catch a little bit of fish, you can throw numbers up. And I'm looking forward to it. And we already have a University of Maryland at Baltimore College in Tim Spry, and now we got Oral Roberts all in the same bracket.
It's unbelievable.
And,
16 beats a 1, and a 15 beats a 2 seed. Get out of here.
Yeah, so
unbelievable.
If there's any perfect brackets out there, I'd beg to differ already.
Well, you just blew my bracket completely out because I had Eric going all the way. Dude, Eric, I'm telling you, the Nozo curse is real. It's real. Dude, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man.
But awesome job. I mean, Eric, I know that awesome job doesn't fit the bill here, but it was fun going against you, and it was a privilege. And I'll smack talk all the way up into the match, but afterwards, there's no room for that. It's just thanks for going against me, and I got the W this time, and we'll have to see how the rest of this thing goes out. But man, this is going to be fun, Brian. I'm looking forward to the challenge, and I'm sure you are as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Congrats, man. Big accomplishment.
Thank you so much. You too.
Well, Eric, talk about your day, man. I mean, it's like we talked about, it's kind of like the live event curse for you, man. On St. Clair, it's just every time that happens, man, it's just something always bad happens.
Yeah, it's first and foremost, Todd kind of hit on it earlier, but the first kayak events that I ever got into were Mayo. So it was through Todd. So it was like one of the first kayak people that I even knew. So it was cool to have the matchup. And I told him earlier in the week, and I meant it sincerely. I said, I wouldn't even be mad if he beat me. I wouldn't, because he's a really good dude. And if you're gonna lose it, sometimes that's how it goes. He kind of hit the nail on the head. He said it earlier, and Siddiqui said it on a couple days ago on the broadcast. He said when you go to St. Clair, you figure that 90 is going to be kind of the basement. You're going to kind of crack that, and most times you do. And I'll be honest with you. I was fishing with another kayak guy, and he was fishing the same area, and there were other boats in the area, and they all just caught him better than me. And I don't know why that was. I don't know what it was, but sometimes it's your day, and sometimes it wasn't. Today, it just, for whatever reason, it wasn't my day. And when it comes to this bracket, there's only one guy that's going to win it.
That's it.
So there's 63 people going to lose. Obviously, if I were going to lose, I didn't necessarily want it to be first round.
Right.
But that's how it goes.
That's how it goes.
And,
Yep.
and you figure if you're going to lose, put up 90, make somebody beat you. And I left the door open, and Todd closed it. I sent him a message. There's about a half hour left of the live tournament. And I sent him a message. I said, dude, you're real close. Just catch a damn big one and shut the door. Just go ahead and win it.
Right.
He's that close. Like at that point, I left it open. I wasn't hoping he was going to win. But at that point, if I'm not going to take care of business, then step up and go ahead and take it. So tomorrow's the award ceremony for the Top Water event, and I'm going to bring Todd his Oral Roberts trophy so he can hang it up there on his mantle for the big 15-seed upset. But I'm happy for him. I hope he no offense, but I hope he gets it done against next week. I'm the biggest Todd Patrick fan from here on out.
That's awesome, man.
However far he can go. So.
What a great
man.
great words in defeat there, man. That's a great, Eric, dude. You're a class act, man. You really are.
And one of the best dudes in the sport right there. Don't forget Eric Collins, guys. Nationally, this dude's tearing it up across the country. He's already won an event down in Tennessee. Don't count him out ever. And Eric, it was an honor.
Yeah, it was my pleasure. Thanks for, Greg, Todd, and Mark. Thanks for you guys putting this stuff on. I was happy I was able to be a part of it.
Yeah, man.
Next time I can stick around a little bit longer.
Yeah, bro. Well, listen, we got all year to continue to do it, man. No doubt. Well, listen, 86.5 inches is what you boys get. Todd Patrick moves on. Now, Nunziato, I got a question for you.
Yep.
Could we have a possible Champlain versus St. Clair matchup?
It's funny you say that, because actually that's what I was thinking about going.
Heck yeah!
It was actually my top choice for today, but with the cold and the snow and rain, and plus with the low water levels and dirty, murky water, I decided just to go a different route. But that's where I'm going next Saturday.
Awesome. That's awesome! Wow. Yeah. It's going to be great. Great matchup for sure.
Smalley Fest.
Yeah, we're going to get those back bays for some largies.
Yeah.
Largies. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Awesome. This is going to be great to watch. Todd, you're moving on 1 week, man. Let's go.
Hey, I got one thing to say. Every bracket I've been in, I've won at least one round. So
my man.
That's true.
I'm trying to keep a streak going.
This is a true story. This is a true story. Well, keep it going, man. Keep it going. Guys, thanks for coming on. We got to move on. Take care, guys.
See you next week, Brian.
Congrats, guys.
All right. Take care. All right. Moving on, guys. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. That's amazing. Incredible. Yeah, I don't even know what else to say there. All right. Moving on here to the 116 seed in the blue bracket. Marty Hughes versus Steve Kennan. And moving on to the next round here is going to be Mr. Marty Hughes, steady as usual. We'll bring him on, Mr. Hughes. How you doing, man?
Hell, I'm wiped out too, man. That was a tough day.
You look it, man. You look it, bud. I mean, was the wind blowing out there, or just cold and all that stuff?
It was blowing about 15 to 20, and then, it was cold to start out with, and then out of the north, of course, and then it was cold. I had on 5 layers today.
Wow.
And probably should have brought some warm hand things with me today. And then I busted a drive again. So I was on one fin out there. But it was, those things happen. You just got to overcome it and keep going,
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, Marty, this was actually closer than what I thought was going to be, man. I mean, this matchup, Steve actually started putting up some fish right at the bell after we turned off the standings, and man, he had a run, and it was like basically 1 or 2 fish he had you, man. But you wound up taking the victory. You're at 88.25 inches, and Steve Kennan actually came up with 83.75, and he's not he's not in the fishing world. I mean, that's we've never heard of him, so that's pretty respectable. Putting that up against you, my friend.
Yeah, I only caught 9 fish all day.
Wow.
Hope you're still there.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah. Wow.
It was tough. Yeah, we're not even close to even spawn yet. The water temp's 50.
Wow. That is cold, man.
Yeah, and the big girls are in hiding right now. So I'm hoping, well, with this moving on, I guess now I'll have to hope for we got another cold front coming through this week where the lows are going to be in the 20s.
Ugh.
So
wow.
I may just have to drive.
Well, yeah, no kidding. Oh man, that's gonna be because either way, I mean, you're taking a guy on from Texas, right? Between either John or Kyle, and man, we're gonna find out. Tell you what, if you want to hang on, we're gonna find out who you're facing. All right,
Sure.
Let's see if we can get these 2 guys on. I've sent them invites, and this is an 8-9 matchup, a great 8-9 matchup between John Moody and Kyle Schroeder, and these guys, man. They're battling out all day. I mean, battling out all day. Actually, John Moody was in a live event that was, I think it was East Texas live event going on, and I didn't really catch what he ended that live event on, but all of a sudden, I started seeing both guys put up more numbers, and I was like, okay, cool. Let's talk to Mr. John Mooney. What's going on, buddy? Oh, I think I can't hear you, man.
How about now?
There we go. Now we can hear you, bud. Yeah. Right. So you were in a live event, man. I mean, what made you choose a live event? I'm just like, wow, man, this guy's going in a live event. I'm like, I'm taking Kyle. You know what I mean?
Man, I've been going out with a few of my friends and we've hit that lake lately. It's been producing some real nice sacks, and I figured I'd just pull the trigger. My contingency plan was fish till about 11:30, 12 o'clock. I had a pretty good idea where Kyle was going to be, and I knew I needed to put up a big sack. But fish till noon, and then possibly change lakes. That's what I wound up doing.
Gotcha.
I put up 87 inches there for the East Texas. Man, it was just brutal. The wind, it was cold all day. When we were catching the bigs a week and a half ago, I mean, it was 75, 76 degrees, and it was 66 today.
Wow.
Water temp. So,
wow. Huge
they
move.
were just shocked. Numbers wise, I mean, you could catch 15 and a quarter inch fish. I bet you I caught 30.
Yeah. I mean, I saw the numbers come through, and then things just kind of died. And then I was I was definitely worried about you, man. I was like, oh my goodness. But all right, man, you ready to see who's moving on, Mr. Mooney?
Yes, sir.
As I said, Kyle is a machine down there, man. I mean, he's been doing well. I don't know what kind of conditions he was facing, but it sounds like kind of the same you were facing. And they're both had some fish come through at late. And we're going to find out who moves on to the next round to face Mr. Hughes. All right, moving on to face Marty Hughes is going to be John Big Moon Mooney. Dude, what numbers you put up afterwards. After you made the move, it worked out for you, man. So you're like, live event, okay, I did okay. But then you stuck the fish in the afternoon for sure.
Greg, that wasn't the whole story, man. So on the way to the ramp, I got to the ramp and went to the loading up. I had left my dang lights on all day.
Oh no!
So I've got a dead battery, and yeah, so a guy there at the parking lot, he jumped me off, and I got everything loaded, and it was about a 45-minute drive to the next lake, and I get 10. So I'm broke down on the road, no drive shaft, and man, I'm just sitting there looking at the leaderboard, going, I'm waiting on Kyle just to start posting.
Yep.
Fairfield can turn on, and it's just 20, 20, 20, 20, 20.
Yep.
And my mom and wife come down there with 2 vehicles, and I took the truck, hooked up the kayak trailer to it, grabbed 2 rods, and
She's like, I gotta go.
I had less than an hour, and I mean, right off the bat, I lost a 20.
Ooh.
And I'm like, oh, they're here. Thank goodness. And went a little bit further down the bank, picked up that 1975, and it was just, they were there.
Well, John, you ended up the day with 93 inches, and Marty, you were at 88.25 inches. And Kyle, by the way, had 86 inches. So again, you were right there all day long. I think you were like 87, and then he was at 86. And I was just waiting for that, that moment to come by. I was like, okay, who's gonna break this ice? Well, you broke the ice, and man, you extended your lead even further to 93. But we have a matchup next week of 2 very experienced fishermen here. This is going to be, look, there's generations of experience here, of what's going on here. This is going to be a great matchup between you two gentlemen.
Don't let that gray fool you. I'm still a young buck.
I hear you, man. I hear you. But, well, gentlemen, congratulations. Marty, I hope your weather turns around, bro.
Oh, man, we'll see what happens. This is the latest I've ever seen it.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you, man. I hear you. All right, gentlemen, we'll see you on the other side next week, next Saturday. Get some rest.
Mr. Marty.
All right, bye.
Take care, guys. Marty Hughes versus John Mooney. Wow, what a great matchup that's going to be. All right, next matchup we have is the 5-12 seed out of the blue division. It's either going to be Caleb Helbig out of Texas, and it seemed like sometimes those Texas guys just didn't do too well. I mean, they struggled a little bit, but, Caleb is one heck of a fisherman, and we'll see what happens here. But moving on between Caleb Helbig and Shad Schaefer is going to be Shad Schaefer from Kansas beats a Texan. What an incredible upset. 5-12 upset. Caleb was on fire. And Texas goes down to Kansas. Wow. There's the man, dude. What the heck, man? Unbelievable, man. I was watching some of the video. I was kind of coming back, and I saw like you caught a 20 right off the bat first, like the first fish.
Yeah, well, yeah, second fish. I caught like a less than 12 incher first, and then about, I don't know, but less than 10 minutes later, I hooked up with that 20 incher. Just after 7 o'clock, it kind of took me by surprise. I wasn't ready for something that big that early.
Wow, dude. I mean, Okay, so talk about your day. I mean, first of all, you put up 93 and a quarter inches, man. Wow,
It,
man. Dude,
it was crazy.
That's got to be one of your biggest bags you put up in the tournament, isn't it?
Yeah, close. I think 95 was one of the second round of the last KBBT deal I did.
Gotcha.
Would have been my biggest, but
Well, Caleb just didn't lay down now. I mean, he came back, he came back after a while. I mean, like it was like a flurry of fish that came in, man. I mean, he was texting Marcus like my bite went on after 3:00 and
Wow.
it was 89.75 inches is what he wound up having. He was there.
Yeah, I kept looking at the scoreboard most of the day, and he hadn't posted anything. I don't know if he had bad service or what, but he wasn't there at all. And I'm just like, well, he's either not finding them or he's just leaving it for some suspense. But
yeah, well, I mean, he just didn't have a bite. Yeah. I mean, and then it just continued on. I mean, like between 3 and 4 and 4:30, man, his bite just picked up in a hurry.
Oh,
And
what's crazy is my bite wasn't that on fire. I caught 7 fish today. They were just quality fish.
Right.
So, had some crazy ups and downs. After I caught my 4th fish, I went to put my power pole down, and it got stuck all the way down, and my boat started drifting, and it wouldn't go back up. I have three different remotes for it. None of them would bring it back up. So I tried to, and the water is super cold. It was super cold out this morning, so I didn't want to try to climb to the back of the boat and do anything. So when I tried to find a spot to beach it where it wouldn't be too shallow, well, ended up dragging it, about flipped the kayak, ended up breaking the power pole off of the mount into the water and never could find it.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'll be heading back there with some waders tomorrow.
I don't blame you, man. Oh my God, man. Wow. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Now, how's your kayak though? I mean, is your kayak busted
Kayak's
up or?
fine. The kayak's fine. It just broke the Hobie mount for the power pole. It shattered the plastic there, but I messed around there trying to dig it up for a little bit, and I only had 4 keepers at the time, and I said, I'm not going to jump into the water right now. I don't have any extra clothes. It's too cold.
Right.
That's crazy. So I'm just going to go back to fishing, and three casts later, I got my 5th fish. So
nice. Very nice, man. Very nice. Well, buddy, if you want to hang on, man, we're going to find out who is going to be your opponent here next week.
Yeah.
And we do have the next matchup, and that's Jeff Isham taking on Miss Catherine Field, and we've got them on. Hello to you both. How are y'all doing? Can you hear me, Jeff? Oh, sounds like we have connectivity issues. Let me try to take them out and put them back in. All right. Jeff, are you there?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're
all
just
right, there we go.
Twice.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Well, man, how you doing, man? How was your day out there?
Man, fishing was good. Conditions were horrible, if that makes any sense.
It does make sense. Everybody from Texas is telling us how bad it was today, man. I mean, how cold did it get? Nope, we're losing them. Here, let me try to take them back on and off. It's that good old Texas cell phone service. All right. Catherine, are you there? All right, Jeff, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
I hear you, but then it comes back and says it repeats everything.
Okay, I'm not sure what. Yeah, it sounds like little connectivity issues. But I mean, how windy and cold did it get out there, man?
Man, it was really windy. Probably 15-mile-an-hour winds out of the north.
Ooh, sustained. Yeah, that's cold. Wow. All right. Well, here is what we're going to do is since we're having connectivity issues, we're going to go ahead and show who Shad is facing the next week. Shad being a 12 seed, taking on Mr. Jeff Isham from Texas, man. Jeff, you're moving on, buddy. Congratulations, man. What a great day you had, man. Huge day today, man. Jeff had 96 and a half inches is what he wound up having, man. Shad, that's got to just kind of like, what? You know what I mean?
It's all right. I'm up for the challenge.
You certainly are, man, dude. I mean, 2 bags over 90s here, 96 and a half, and Jeff had 96 and a half, and then, Shad, I mean, look, 93 and a quarter. That's not bad at all. So, I'll tell you what, while we got you guys on here, I'm going to get back over to the John Mooney, Kyle Schroeder matchup. Let's see if we get Kyle on. Kyle, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. Well, not really. I feel like dog shit right now.
Yeah, I hear you, man, dude. I'm sorry to hear, that you got defeated here, man. But I mean, Mooney, basically was 87 to 86 all day, and then Mooney made the change after the live event. He winds up taking home the win at 93, man. But it sounds like through what Jeff was talking about, you had terrible conditions out there, man.
Oh, it was. It wasn't quite as bad as that last time I was out on Fairfield, but I went to the south end of the lake. It's at the north end. When it was really ripping, you don't have much area to go to. Because once you turn that corner, you have a long way to go across and go. There's nowhere to really get out of the wind. The south end, where the wind was coming, I think it was coming from like the northwest. I think it was northeast or something. But you could stay out of the wind quite a bit. Bed fishing was a struggle, but like most of my limit fish came off bed fishing. But I had to get really close to them, well, closer than I normally would have to. I think I saw the sun come out good for like a minute total in like 9 hours.
Wow,
it was not ideal fishing, but a lot on the chatterbait, swim jig. I could not get anything else on finesse baits. Like I thought. A lot of them were kind of be in that post-spawn kind of garden fry move, but I didn't see any fry anywhere. Didn't see really any fry garters yet. There's more females on beds this time around that I was catching.
Right.
So that was good to see. But
right.
I mean, I think I lost like 1 13-incher all day, but I think I caught like 13 or 14 fish. Just could not get any big bites.
Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating, man. I mean, it's frustrating because the weather can affect so many different things. It's like, now's not the time. No, not today, man. Not today. We're going to be experiencing that tomorrow. So you just got to try to grind and overcome, and whatever happens. Hey, I want to tell Catherine can't connect, but Catherine, congratulations on your 5 fish limit as well. She's also doing the Dardanelle Hobie event. I looked her up. She was like 30th, and she's got tomorrow to fish as well. She did catch 5 fish. I believe she's at 80 and a half inches. Catherine, go get them tomorrow. Absolutely tear it up. Let's see if we can get her. Oh, there she is. Hold on. Catherine. There we are. Yes. Yes.
I had to scramble for the Wi-Fi.
No problem.
So.
Well, yeah. So, talk about your day at Dardanelle.
Oh gosh. Well, the place I had found fish didn't have the fish today. My second spot was when I pre-fished it was 70-degree water. It was 58-degree water today.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but I got 5 fish. I got my limit, and I'm really happy with how I did. And, Dardanelle going up against Texas is a really tall order. So, I don't know. I feel really good about it. So.
For sure.
I mean,
you gave it all you got.
Though. Did we already say who won? Because I don't even know yet.
Yeah, Jeff actually wound up winning. He had a huge bag at 96 and a half inches.
Oh, Jeff.
Yeah.
I would like
when I heard it was windy in Texas, I got really hopeful.
Yeah.
So
I would just like to say if we had both been on Dardanelle, it would have been a completely different deal. So.
Yeah, it was really tough today. I still got a day 2 here on the Hobie. But I was catching it. I was frog fishing in
Oh, nice.
58-degree water, and
Wow.
yeah,
And catching fish, that's impressive.
yeah, it's the first frogfish I ever caught in a kayak. I caught one in a pond last summer, but yeah, so I started doing a big gamble, and it paid off on that one. So
Right on. Right on. Well,
yeah,
we're going to wish you the best of luck come the live events.
thanks,
Hope to
guys.
see you soon again, Catherine. I really do. I can't wait to get back on the
Yeah.
road and go live event fishing as well. Well, guys, we're gonna go to the next matchup so we can wrap
Good
this
job,
wrap
Jeff.
this thing up. But congratulations, guys.
Congrats,
Those are
Jeff.
moving on.
Good luck tomorrow, Catherine.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Take care, y'all. All right. Wow. Let's see. There we go. All right. Moving on. Here we go. We have the 6'11" seed Cayman Rasmussen taking on Jerry T from Oklahoma. And this is the 6'11" seed out of the blue bracket. And moving on is going to be Cayman Rasmussen from Utah. This guy continues to put up numbers. This guy is so impressive. And we have Cayman on now. Dude, congratulations, man. Dude, another win for you in the bracket. Wow, dude. Good job. Cayman, are you there?
I can barely hear you if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
Signal.
Yeah, no worries, man. Congratulations. Jerry, can you hear me?
Hello.
How you doing, man? There we go. Well, Jerry, you take an early bounce here, man. Let's talk about your day, man. Talk about the conditions and what you were struggling with here.
Yeah, they had that cold front come through. Basically, I guess most of the nation got it.
Right.
But yeah, it was about 32 when I got on the lake.
Ooh.
The water temps dropped dramatically 2 weeks ago. 5 degrees, 48 this morning. And it actually dropped about half a degree during the day.
Wow. Well, Jerry, I mean, you didn't have that bad of a day, man. You put up 80.75 inches. You were another gentleman, that came up with over 80 inches. But Cayman, I mean, you had a real good day. You had 89.25 inches today, man. You got on them, man. Talk about it.
Yeah, it was a good day. I don't have you're cutting in and out connection. I don't know if you can hear me too well, but
yeah, we're good.
All right, cool. Started shallow, just flipping reeds and tule bushes, and got 4 fish in that 17 3/4. And I'm like, all right, there's a decent start, and a bunch of 14s, 15s, and because they're almost spawning, so some of them are pushing up shallow. And then decided to move out, start a long line into crankbait like I always do here, and
right,
about 25 feet, 30 feet of water, and just started wrecking them. I mean, the bite was phenomenal on a crankbait, and then just slowly kept on upgrading and ended up getting that 20 1/4, and that's when I knew it was starting to be a good day. But
yeah. I mean, you're having a habit of catching like huge PB fish, on these KBBT tournaments, man. Dude, as I said, that was a heck of a day. Jerry, we talked about the cold front and everything that was affecting the Midwest. I mean, Cayman, were you not experiencing any of that over in Utah? He's gone. Daggone it. Yeah, he's gone. Well, Jerry, I mean, as I said, I mean, that was, battling the cold, battling the conditions, man, is part of it. But I mean, honestly, to put up what you did today, I mean, it's admirable. I mean, great job, man.
Yeah. Yeah. The bad part about it is after I caught my 4th fish, I went 6 hours without another bite.
6 hours without a bite. Wow. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's extremely frustrating. Well, Cayman, talk about the conditions out there, man. I mean, you're moving on next week. I mean, have you had a chance to look at the weather? What's going to happen, man? What's going to happen next week?
like here in Utah?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a live event going on this lake that I mean, it might be that I might fish it just because this is probably the best option to go to. But
Right.
there's one more lake I might go to. If it's on at that lake, I mean, 100 inches at that lake is not, or is, I guess it's totally possible.
Right.
It just depends on if the bite's on. If it's not on, it's not going to be there at all. But it should be a good bite regardless.
I got you, man. Well, Cam, if you hang on, Jerry, we're going to let you go, buddy. As I said, man, way to overcome, man, 80 and a quarter inches in those conditions, man, and not having a bite within 6 hours. That is tough. But he looks like he was off there. But we are going to see who came in you are facing between Mark Coates and Rob Richards. And we do have
there, but
Captain Clapback. Marcus, what's going on, man?
How you doing, man?
You look like you've been just absolutely taken out to the woodshed.
Yeah, pretty much. Here, let me walk out here real quick so it's not echoing.
For sure. Marcus, you called me, man, and I don't think I've ever heard you in really in like concern for your health. Like today was legit for you, man. Like bad.
You know, so sometimes we make smart calls and sometimes we make bad calls, and it all goes hand in hand. But you know, I was determined after looking at the weather forecast and seeing that it was going to get up, or supposedly going to get up to 70 today, that I was going to wear flip-flops and be perfectly okay with that. So, you know, I got out there and it was pretty choppy, and, you know, my kayak was getting wet. And the next thing I know, I'm like, my bite started and I'm like, man, I can't really feel my toes. And then it got worse and worse, and then it started affecting my whole body. So I was like, but I can't stop because I'm not comfortable where I'm at. So I actually took my jacket off and wrapped my feet up in it. And I was like, all right, this has got to get me through till this afternoon. And, man, eventually the jacket got soaked through and the feet got cold again. And man, I just had to go get, like, when I got to my truck, you know, I was just shaking uncontrollably. It was pretty bad, but I warmed back up, got back on the water, and finished up my day. But it was, I mean, it was a dumb call, and you know, I paid for it. But hey, we're here to tell the story.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, Rob, I'm gonna tell you, man. Rob put up some fish right after the board went down, my friend, and you know as much as I do. You do not get a chance to see it if you're in the tournament. You don't judge it. You don't get access to it, so you have no idea at this point what the scores are. And, you know, I will tell you, Rob did put up some numbers. No, but I'll tell you, Rob was fishing in the same areas as a lot of these guys. But, you know, we'll have to see who is moving on between you and Rob Richards to take on Cayman Rasmussen, who's absolutely been on fire. And it's going to be Mr. Mark Coates is moving on, dude. Heck yeah. Round 32 is going to be you versus Cayman. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Coates takes. Yep, Mark Coates takes it out. Takes Robert out. But man, Marcus is moving on. My friend Cayman, dude, you get your hands full, man. Listen, let me just say this: if you don't like the limelight, too bad, because you're going to be in it now. Because you're going to hear about it from all week long, man.
Whew. Cayman. I'm coming.
What's up? I know you are.
He ain't worried. He's got 100 inches in his lake, man. He ain't worried about it. Dude, you're gonna see what Utah's all about. Now, look, man, you got Texas now, man. This is gonna be a great. This is gonna be a fantastic matchup, man.
I just want you to know, I ain't Greg. I ain't driving to Florida.
Oh, I know.
I hear you, man. Well, guys, congratulations, man. You guys are moving on. Here we go. Marcus, I hate you for not being able to not broadcast again next week. You know what I mean?
Some things never change, Greg.
Some things never change, man. Yeah, some things never change. But Cayman, congratulations, buddy. Great job today, man. Dude, by the way, I love your shirt, man. That's good stuff, man. Real sharp. But Marcus, congratulations, brother. Get some rest. You boys get some rest.
Good luck, Cayman.
All right. Good luck.
All right, there he goes. All right, moving on to the last matchup. Jared Brockelman and Charner Williams did not fish today. They're fishing tomorrow. So we have one last matchup, and that is Adam Patrone and Stephen Davis. And to finalize and basically finalize this this round of 64 first day bracket, we're going to find out who is moving on here. It's going to be Adam Patrone from Louisiana. We're waiting on who he's facing, and that's going to be tomorrow. But Adam Patrone beats Stephen Davis, and Adam had a real good day too. Adam actually had 91.75 inches. Congratulations, Adam, on that. And man, that's good stuff. But yeah, it's going to be good, real good. So congratulations, guys. Well, that's it, guys. That is the end of day one. And I told you there was upsets. We had huge upsets. We had a 16 beat a 1. We had Todd Patrick take out Eric Polenz, a 15 taken out of a 2. And we've got some major matchups going on tomorrow. Some big matchups. We already found out that Conrad Benetti is already in. Guys, hang tight. I was told to say this, but Team Clackback is going to be doing the broadcast tomorrow, starting probably very early in the morning, and they're going to be doing it for a very long time. So you get to have Blake and you get to have Marcus. Blake Knight and Marcus Coates are going to be your broadcasters tomorrow. Well, I got to try to win a matchup and try to beat Jason to stay alive like Todd and Marcus. Now, if I don't, I'm going to never hear the end of it. So anyway, I'm never hear the end of it anyway. But anyway, let's get Mr. Adam Patrone on, talk about his win. Adam, how was your day, bro?
I'm kicking on the light. There we go.
Oh, Jamie Broad. Look at, man. Misery loves company. What's up, man? What's going on, man?
Oh, just hanging out with the cattle dragon.
I hear you. Did you guys fish together today?
No, just me.
No.
I had to go pick up a new boat.
Oh, and what'd you get?
Jackson Big Rig.
Okay, very good. Okay, mate. Adam, you're on Caddo all day today. We got to see you catch some freaking hogs, dude. I mean, you had a good day, man. 91.75. I'm gonna tell you, man, your matchup next week is not going to be easy between Jared or Charner, man. We're gonna find out tomorrow what's gonna happen. But any live events or anything like that scheduled next week for you?
No, I'll be fishing a completely different spot. So
wow, yeah, for sure. Awesome. Well, I mean, hey, it's time to go, man. Well, congratulations on your victory, man. One step closer to the 8 house.
What,
and
Mr. Davis end up having
0.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, did not post a fish. Yeah, did not post a fish, which is, it's sad. I hate to see somebody get blanked, but I mean, I don't know if he didn't catch fish and just didn't post it, or he just didn't catch fish. I mean, it's hard to tell. But I don't know. But that's just the way it is.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing who we're going to go up against to determine on where I'm going to go.
Right. Yeah, it is for sure. Well, guys, I just turned the standings. You can go look at the standings on Tourney X, and you'll be able to see everybody's standings from day one. Take a look at it and see how everybody shook out. You can see their fish and all that good stuff. It's ready to go. Adam, real quick, Jamie, what do you think, man? What do you think about today? Can you believe Todd Patrick beat Eric Polenz, and then we had Matthew Koenig go down?
No! The guy from Maine threw up 100 inches? Seriously?
100.75 inches today, dude.
Impressive.
I mean, I used to give Derek Brundle shit for his northern 95 plus inch stack.
Yeah.
But 100
Dude.
inches in Maine, I mean, that's huge.
That's an eye opener. I mean, I told Blake Power, I said, look, not Blake Power, I'm sorry, Blake Knight. I told Blake Knight, I said, the top northern guy is going to beat half of Texas in this bracket. This weekend. And he's like, no way. I'm like, yeah, they will. And it sure enough came to fruition today. So, but a lot of the guys in Texas are fishing tomorrow. So I don't know. It might turn around. Who knows?
That's going to be a hard one to beat. And just saying that it happened in Maine right now is, I'm sorry.
You better take him serious, man. I mean, we said that last year with Jonathan Pepin.
Yeah.
Putting up those smallmouths, we could not believe that he was competing against guys in Florida and guys in Texas, and he was. But to put these are largemouths in Maine, and I'm just blown away by it. And so, yeah, I mean, Tim Spry, man, remember him.
Yeah, if the weather turns around here, though, it could get good real good.
Yeah, watch out. They just came on beds.
Ooh, yeah, for sure. Going to be fun, guys. We couldn't have planned this tournament any better. I mean, there's so many different variables going on right now. The bags that happened today, you had 2 over 100, you had 12 total over 90, and then you had 27 bags over 80 today of the 32. That's incredible.
Oh, I watched for 4 hours.
Wow. Didn't you think that Jeremy Baker did a good job today?
He did.
I thought you did a good job. Yeah, I thought he did a good job. Well, gentlemen, we're going to get out of here, man. Good night. I got to get up like dark 30 in the morning to go fishing tomorrow, man. So I'm getting out of here. Guys, good night. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow. Take care, guys.